I'm very concerned with the number of people that we are catching, and even more concerned by those that we are not catching, that are crossing our southern border, and I don't care which administration, that are on the terror watch list or are known or suspected terrorists. When we apprehend or touch them at the border, what part does the FBI have in either tracking, arresting, sending back? Are we coordinating with Homeland Security Director Wray to make sure that these people are not, because I think they're here to do us harm. When and where, I don't know, but what is the FBI doing once we know there's a known or suspected terrorist or someone on the watch list at our border?
So when someone is apprehended, whether at the border or otherwise, their names are run against the terrorist watch list. The FBI maintains the watch list, and so we provide the hit, if you will, back to DHS so they know this person is on the list. I mean, that's a short version, but that, and then for instances where for one reason or another somebody gets into the country, then the FBI, through our Joint Terrorism Task Force, is working with state and local law enforcement, have the responsibility of trying to find, apprehend, and then get back to DHS some of those same individuals.
At an airport, if a suspected or known terrorist or one that was on the watch list landed in DCA today, would the FBI respond to that person who landed at DCA? Would you respond to that and in conjunction with Homeland?
If we knew that someone who was on the watch list was landing at a particular airport, let's say, there would be, most of the time in my experience, communication between DHS and FBI, and depending on the circumstances, FBI might deploy to that scene, for example, to interview. If there's cause to arrest, obviously arrest, but again, it depends a little bit on the particular circumstances.
And are we confident that with every interaction we have with a known suspected terrorist or someone on the watch list at the southern border or any other border, that the FBI is responding and that we know where those people are within the United States, that they're either arrested, deported, or tracked within the United States for every single encounter of a known or suspected terrorist or someone on the watch list?
So let me answer that question this way. There are a few different categories of people that we have concerns about. When a known or suspected terrorist, as in known that they are a known or suspected terrorist, is apprehended at the border, I'm confident that in the vast majority of instances, there's very close lash-up between FBI and DHS on it. The bigger concern, though, is a situation, for example, where somebody presents, say, fake identification documents at the border, and there's not biometrics to match up, so there's no way to be able to know that they're not who they say they are. Then they get into the country. Then somehow we find out that they, in fact, are somebody who's on the list. At that point, then we've got to go hunt down and try to find them. That's one category, or there may be some other way in which somebody gets
Thank you. I only have 39 seconds. Director Haines, first of all, look forward to seeing you, I think, this month or next month in my district. Second, the Southern Hemisphere and North Africa, especially north of the Sahel, we have a lot of challenges politically, and we have a lot of great competition there. What assets or what things do the intelligence community need to make us safer in America, both in the Southern Hemisphere and in North Africa?
Thank you so much, sir, and I am very much looking forward to my trip to Mississippi. I am, I'd say in those areas, I agree with you, we have tremendous challenges. We haven't spent as much time, obviously, this hearing on many of them. The things that we need, I think we are asking for in our budget in the context of our work there, is largely about just making sure that we have sufficient resources within the intelligence community to provide analysis, collection, all of the things that we normally do in these areas in order to be able to help all of you have a better sense of what's happening and where there are sort of key events that you might be able to affect so as to actually reduce some of the tensions and threats that exist. And there are many. I recognize, given the time, I probably can't start going through them, but if there's anything in particular that you want us to focus on, please let us know.
Thank you, and with that, I yield back. My time's expired.